Good morning, students. I hope you all are safe. Today, in this video, we'll discuss about the second chapter of your textbook, the tsunami. So, before we start the chapter, let us talk about tsunami. I hope you all have heard about the word tsunami. So, what is tsunami? A tsunami is a very large and powerful wave caused by earthquakes under the sea. So, tsunami is nothing but an earthquake which takes place under the sea. So, when earthquake takes place on the earth anywhere other than sea, what happens? You know that. So, same thing takes place in the sea, underwater, and because of that, there is a movement in the sea. The high waves are created, and that goes towards the shore in a high speed, and whatever it comes on the way, it hits with a very high speed and it damages. So that is a tsunami. So in this chapter, we'll see about a tsunami that hit Thailand and parts of India, such as the Andaman and Nicobar Islands and the Tamil Nadu coast on 26th December 2004. I think none of you were born at that time. On 26th December 2004, a tsunami hit and many people lost their lives. Many buildings were damaged, and that time, one of our Kendriya Vidyalayas, which is situated in Port Blair, the building of that also was damaged. So, we will see some of the stories of courage and survival. Many people lost their lives, many survived. So, in this chapter, we will see some of the stories of the people, those who survived. So, first, let us start with the stories from Andaman and Nicobar. First one is about Ignatius. He is a manager of a cooperative society and he lost two of his children, his wife, his uncle, and father in law. Another person is Sanjeev. He was a policeman um, in the Kutchal island of the Nicobar group of islands. He wanted to save his cook's wife, but unfortunately, both of them lost their lives. Next story is about 13 years old Magna. She was also swept away by the waves, but she spent 2 days floating in the sea holding a wooden door. With the support of a wooden door, she was floating on the surface of the sea, and she could see a relief helicopter, the helicopter which was on the rescue work for so many times. She saw 11 times, but the people, those who were involved in the rescue operation, could not see her. And that way, she kept on floating, and at last the wave of the sea that pushed her to the shore, and that way she reached the shore. And she was found on the seashore simply walking in days. Another story is about 10 years old Almaz Javed, a student of Carmel Convent, Port Blair. She also kept on floating in the sea. on a log of wood. But when she climbed on the log of wood, she fainted. She did not know actually what was happening. And she was rescued. She was taken to hospital. And when she opened her eyes, she found herself in the hospital. So she did not know what happened actually on the sea and how she reached the hospital. So these all stories were from Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Now, another story, let us see. This story is from Thailand. And this is about Tilly Smith, a British schoolgirl. She had studied in the school about tsunami. Her geography teacher had told them about the tsunami that had hit the Hawaii Islands in 1946. And while teaching, he had shown them some videos. And in that, the activity of the sea was shown. The geography teacher also told how this sea water behaved before tsunami. And when she was on the beach, she recalled that lesson. She recalled all those videos and saw the water behaving in the same way. And that is why she understood immediately that something is wrong. And she told her parents and all the tourists there to go to the safe place. And so many of them heard, many of them paid attention to that, and they all reached to the safe place. And that way, many tourists were saved. She herself also was saved. And so, for this work, she was awarded, she was thanked by many tourists, many people. Now, this all we have seen how the people survived. Now, let us see about animals. The sense of animals. People say that animals could sense whatever happens before that. So, before tsunami in India and Sri Lanka, wild and domestic animals fled to safety. Elephants ran for higher grounds. Dogs refused to go outdoors. Flamingos abandoned their low lying breeding areas as seemed to know what was about to happen. So, these were the activities of animals, those who lived close to the sea. So, these elephants, they were running to the higher places, this far from the sea beach. Then even domestic animals, dogs, they also did not want to go to the sea beach on that particular day. Flamingos, usually they were in the low area for breeding, maybe that is a good place, but they also left the place and they also went to the safe place. And so that way we can see these animals had sensed the calamities, the danger before it had hit. So it is believed that animals either possess a sixth sense or have more acute hearing that helps them to hear or feel Earth's vibration. So it is not very clear what actually the reason was. Maybe it is believed that maybe they are having a sixth sense or maybe acute hearing power. They could hear the vibration and that way they could sense, they could know actually what is going to happen. So if we see the data, you can see near about 1,50,000 people were killed in tsunami. 1,50,000 people lost their lives, but only few animals were reported dead. So not many animals were reported dead, very few animals lost their lives. Whereas the human being, the people, number of the people lost their life was recorded 1,50,000. So, seeing this, we can conclude that maybe the animals have something by which they know uh, this danger before and they go to the safe place. So these all are the stories, different stories in this chapter. So read the chapter once more, and if you have any difficulty, you can ask me, and I hope it is clear to you. So for today, thank you, and see you later.